What's up? What's up? Happy Tuesday. It's Keto Cooking Live. How's everyone doing today? I hope you guys are doing amazing. I'm feeling great. Coming to you live from my kitchen in New York City. And today we are having some soul food. We're having some KFC, some keto fried chicken. That's right. Keto fried chicken. And some cauliflower mac and cheese. Now, I've heard about this cauliflower. I've been thinking about doing cauliflower mac and cheese. I tried it finally a few weeks ago, and it was a big hit. I'm not gonna say that it's better than pasta. It's not the same as pasta, but I think it's better in a different way. And this chicken recipe that I'm sharing with you guys, it's my signature juiciest, absolute juiciest chicken that you've ever had. Like keto, non-keto, this is the best chicken dish that you've ever had. So thank you for joining. We're about to have some keto fried chicken. The recipe's in the description, so make sure to check it. And if you like this recipe, share it with your friends. Make sure to share this video. And you probably already subscribed. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and click that little bell so you can get notifications. So we're about to get busy. So like I said, we're making keto fried chicken, my KFC. And this is actually going to be much crispier than regular fried chicken, believe it or not. And we're not using any flour, all right? So like I said, the recipe is down below in the description. So what I did with my chicken is that I brined my chicken. Now, a brine, if you're familiar with a brine, is usually something that people do in Thanksgiving during the holidays when they brine a turkey. And what a brine means is that you soak your meats in a flavored broth, and you add sugar and salt to that solution, and it creates this process of osmosis where it like pulls out the moisture from the meat, and then the meat sucks back all the delicious juices and it gets hydrated, so it makes a really juicy bird. So this chicken we brined with some coconut milk, all right? We brined it with some coconut milk, some buttermilk. There's also some jalapeños in here, some fresh ginger, some garlic, all right? Then there's some salt and a little bit of a little bit of brown sugar, okay? And again, this is not gonna make any carbs in this dish because this is just being used for the brine. We're gonna pull this out, okay? And pase, estamos vivos, no se preocupe. Está bien, no, deje eso para ahorita. Sí, por favor. Okay. All right. So now we have our chicken, and for the breading, what we're gonna use is some whey isolate protein, all right? And this is gonna give you a super crispy crust, all right? I'm gonna get my heat going here. Today I'm gonna be frying with some avocado oil. Avocado oil is a great healthy oil. It's great for keto, and it has a really high smoking temperature. It can go up to like 500 degrees. So, you know, we're not gonna get our oil that hot, but this is a really great oil not to over smoke your oil and, you know, break it down, mess up the flavors, and then it becomes toxic. All right, so I'm gonna start my oil going here. And when you fry your chicken, you want to pull the chicken out, you know, a few minutes before you start to cook it, because if it's cold, if the meat is super cold, then it's going to bring down the temperature of whatever you're cooking in your pan. So I'm going to grab a little bowl right here. All right. So we have our whey isolate protein right here. Okay. And then I'm going to season that up. Let me just put this here for now. Get my avocado oil in my pan for our fried chicken. So I've got my whey isolate protein here, which is going to make our crust. And I'm going to add some spices to that, all right? Just like any good fried chicken, you have to add spices to your breading. All right, otherwise it's not gonna have any flavor. So of course, I'm gonna kick it up with a little bit of cayenne because I like heat. If you don't like any spice at all, don't add any cayenne. But I don't even know that's in the recipe, but I've got it here and I got to add it. A little bit of paprika. All right. You want to go light on the paprika because when you fry it, if you have too much, it kind of gives a little bit of flavor. We have some garlic. The recipe down below has measurements, but again, you know, I measure things kind of like to taste. So if you try out the recipe and you feel like it needs a little bit more flavor for you, by all means, just kick it up and add some more spices to it. We're gonna add some salt, right? A little bit of pepper. Okay. Actually, a lot of bit of pepper, because we likes the pepper. Okay. And so when our avocado oil is heating up, we have our whey isolate protein here. All right. And then we have our chicken that we brine. We're gonna get that out of there. We're gonna dredge it up really, really nice. And we're gonna start frying that. Okay? Once we get that frying, I'm gonna bring this over here. Woohoo! That's hot, baby. Don't try this at home. Alright, don't pick up a burner while it's hot and moving. Alright, so our oil is getting hot. We're about to dredge our chicken. So you can use whatever pieces you like. I like my dark meat. I like my wings and thighs and drumsticks. So that's what I have here. But by all means, use the whole chicken. You like breast, this works great. And so I would do my brine at least for a few hours. You know, at least 4 hours. But ideally you want to get this overnight or even a day or two. And man, is that gonna be super delicious. So as you can see, this coating on this chicken, it's even better than using flour. It's not clumpy. I'll bring this over to my oil. Let's go. Come with me now. Woohoo! Let's go. All right, you see that? That's what you want to see in your pan. All right, let's switch hands here. That nice sizzle, okay? Want to see that nice sizzle. So let's come back over here. I'm gonna get the rest of this chicken in my oil. Woo! We're gonna be eating good today, all right? So, now, one trick we're gonna use is I have my wire rack here in a sheet pan. I'm gonna show you that right now. Ooh. So you don't want to overcrowd your pan when you're frying chicken, right? You want to get it all nice, one even layer. Let me get this out the way. Woo. Let me show you what's going on over here. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh, you see that? That's what you want to see. Nice golden color starting to form. So I want to make sure that my oil is not too hot. All right? And like I said, when you put your chicken or any meat into hot oil, want to make sure that your meat has been out of the refrigerator for for a little while. And that way it's not super cold, it's not bringing down the temperature of your oil super fast, because if your oil is not hot enough, you're gonna wind up with super soggy chicken, all right? And we don't want that. We want a super crispy chicken, all right? Because it's KFC, it's keto fried chicken. Now, what are we doing to complement our fried chicken? We're making cauliflower mac and cheese, All right. So let me set up my second burner here. And like I said, the recipe's down below. So I'm actually gonna make a little bit less because I'm cooking for myself, all right? I'm cooking live. This is for me. You grab my pan here, all right? So into my pan, I'm gonna add some of this nice grass-fed butter. This Kerrygold. Woo! That chicken smells good. Woo-hoo! So I was telling you about the wire rack, right? Let me show you this real quick. One of these wire racks here, okay? You get it at a hardware store, restaurant supply store, you know, kitchenware store. And this way, when we rest our chicken, we're gonna put it here, and that way it's not laying directly on a plate or something. It's not getting soggy, or you don't want to put it on paper towels, right? Because then it's just laying there on those wet paper towels, and it's getting soggy. You want air to get underneath, and that way your chicken's gonna be crispy on both sides. So into our pan here, we're gonna start to make the cheese sauce for our mac and cheese, all right? So I've got some butter, all right? A little bit of that grass-fed butter. And I'm gonna start to heat that up. And I'm gonna infuse that with some spices. So again, we got some cayenne. All right, we got some paprika. All right, some garlic powder. Keep an eye on the chicken. All right. Sí, no, está bien. Porque sale la bulla. All right, a little bit of onion powder. And the last thing is some nutmeg, all right? So a lot of people have their nutmeg already ground. I like to freshly grate my nutmeg because it just adds a whole other dimension of flavor when it's freshly grated, all right? So now I'm gonna heat that up and melt that butter with those spices, and that's gonna extract the flavor and start to warm up those spices. Ooh, let's keep an eye on our chicken. Oh man, that's looking good. That's smelling good. So these pieces are not too big. I'm gonna cook them for about 8 to 10 minutes per side. Obviously, I wanna make sure that my chicken is fully cooked. You should definitely check your chicken with a thermometer. If you have any questions, you want to make sure that the internal temperature reaches 165 on all poultry. All right. So just to make sure no one's gonna be getting sick. So now let me grab some cream. Ooh, so those spices are smelling good. We got the butter in here. Ooh, that onion powder, garlic powder, that cayenne, that paprika, and that fresh nutmeg. Smelling so good. When that butter is fully melted, I want to be careful. I don't want to brown it. I don't want to burn it. I just want to melt it. All right. Let me get our cream over here. All right, I'm gonna go with some cream. All right, and then it's gonna be, again, we're making the base, our cheese sauce for our cauliflower mac and cheese. All right, I'm gonna grab a little whisk. Grab a little whisk. So we wanna heat this up, but we wanna be careful not to scald and burn the cream on the bottom. Okay? And then we're gonna add some fresh grated cheese. You always wanna grate your own cheese. You don't wanna buy that pre-shredded cheese. I know that, you know, it saves time oftentimes, but they add like different starches or whatever to that to, like, you know, it doesn't melt as well, and just different preservatives. So you wanna get whole block of cheese, and you know what I'm saying? Be about that keto life, flex on them. So, we're about to flip this chicken. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna flip this camera too. How about that? Look at this right here. Look at our keto fried chicken. All right, look at that. How that looking? All right. Look at that. Woo! Oh man. All right, so check that out. I want to make sure I got all that chicken submerged. Beauteous. All right, let's come back over here. So now we got our heavy cream simmering. See that it's starting to simmer. All right, I'm gonna lower the fire on that for a second. Let's flip this camera. And we're about to grate this cheese to make our cheese sauce, okay? So I'm gonna slide this burner over. Grab my grater. You know, I'm gonna grate some cheese. Oh, wrong side. It happens. All right, so I'm gonna grate this cheese for our mac and cheese sauce. Woo! It's a workout. So this is a great way to work up your appetite. You know what I mean? Burn a few calories. You gotta make everything a workout. So let me make sure the cheese is not poisoned. Yummy. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure my cream is heating. And I'm gonna add my shredded cheddar to this. All right, I may not need all of this. That's okay. All right. So add the cheddar to my cream sauce. And you want to add a little bit at a time because once it melts, it's gonna thicken. It may not look like it at first, but you want to go with a little bit of cheese at a time. You can always add more. All right. Keep tasting the cheese as you go. It's a firm cheese, so the sugars have been eaten out. Oh man, that fried chicken. Oh man. So let me get a spoon so we can taste this cheese sauce. And that's how quick it is to make. All you want to do is get the cheese melted. Woo! That was close. This is hot. That nutmeg. Ooh. That's good. So it needs a little bit of salt. Where is my salt? All right. And there we have our cheese sauce. Okay. So again, I started off melting some butter with my spices, cayenne, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and some fresh grated nutmeg. You can use ground nutmeg, but I like to use fresh grated nutmeg. I melted the butter, careful not to burn it. Then we added our heavy cream. And once that came to a simmer without scalding the bottom, we added our freshly grated cheddar cheese. Melted the cheese, seasoned that. Woo! It was amazing. So I'm gonna put this off to the side because now we're getting ready to make the cauliflower, right? For our cauliflower mac and cheese. So we have our cheese sauce done. We got our fried chicken. I got my beautiful mug that was given to me by my cousins. You gotta stay hydrated, right? When you're about that keto life, you gotta stay hydrated, right? At minimum, a gallon of water a day. That's what we're about. So, now, this Mac and cheese. This cauliflower keto mac and cheese, I'm gonna tell you right now, is the best mac and cheese recipe you're gonna find. Why? Most, if not all recipes I find, unless it tells you to roast the cauliflower because that makes a good flavor, but most of them tell you to like microwave the cauliflower or steam the cauliflower or like, you know, boil it in a little bit of water, you know, because you want to like take off the rawness and start the cooking process. But that's not the best way to really yield the best flour or the best flavor from your cauliflower. Okay, what you want to do with the cauliflower is that we're gonna saute it, right, and we're gonna infuse it with flavor. We don't wanna like add a water. We don't wanna add more water or bring out the water component and just have like this bland flavored cauliflower inside of this delicious sauce. We want the cauliflower in and of itself to stand alone and taste delicious, right? So what we're gonna do, we'll take some shallots, right? And you hear me talk about shallots all the time. This is one of the little chef tricks that chefs use to get things to taste super delicious. Okay, so we got a little bit of shallot here and some garlic, right? That's already sounding super sexy, right? Some shallots and some garlic. All right, put this off to the side. And so again, same with the cream and the butter. When we started off with our cream and butter cold, and we heated it up to extract the flavor of the spices, we're doing the same thing here. Where we're gonna start with our shallots and our garlic in the olive oil cold in our pan, okay? And that's gonna allow us, when we heat up the oil, to extract all of the flavor from the shallots and the garlic, all right? So just make a quick small dice. And again, you want to keep your eye on your chicken. Make sure that the fire is even. Ooh, that's looking good. That's looking good. We're cooking live, baby. All right, so a little bit of fine diced garlic to go with the shallots. Don't get away from me. So, alrighty. Now, into the pan, shallots, garlic, olive oil, extra virgin. All right. Fire. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. We're gonna heat that up slowly. We've got our cauliflower here, okay? We're gonna take the cauliflower off the stem. And you can do this by hand if you want, but I like to just do it quickly with my knife. Just cut these florets into small, kind of like bite-sized pieces, you know, similar to with macaroni. I don't use too much of the stem, but you certainly can use the stem. Cut it up a little bit smaller. It will cook and get soft. So I use some of it, the part that's closest to the florets here. So our garlic and shallots are heating up. Like I said, you can break these up by hand, all right? You can get physical, okay? Or you can get your knife out, okay? And flex those knife skills. Okay, so, oh man. This garlic and shallot right now is smelling so good and fragrant. Sometimes people hug me and they're like, you smell so good. What cologne are you wearing? It's usually bacon or garlic and shallots. That's my fragrance. And I'm trying to work something out with Prada to see if they'll make I told them I want something that's like citrusy, bacony, garlicky. If they can get that scent, I'll stand behind it, right? So again, we don't want to burn our garlic and shallot. Okay? Just saute them, get a little bit of color, get them translucent. And now we're gonna go with our cauliflower into the pan. A little bit more oil Because oil is a conduit for heat, and this is keto. So we want that healthy fat. A little bit of salt. All right? Because we want everything to be seasoned on its own. Get that back on the fire. Clear my area over here. Make it purty. Make it purty for you. Now, this mac and cheese is going to go into the oven. But because of the magic of internet TV, we're not going to put this one in the oven, okay? Because the wonderful thing about cauliflower, as soon as you cook it a little bit, as soon as you heat it, woo, it's pretty much cooked through. I like my cauliflower with a little biteness and firmness, so I go straight like this with the cheese mixed in with my cauliflower, and that's my mac and cheese. But you're gonna put it in the oven and get it nice and oozy and goozy with all that cheese sauce, and you're gonna top it off with more grated cheese. All right? Woo, look at this. It's already getting nice and soft and delicious. It smells so, so good. That garlic. Yum. So, my chicken's just about ready. If you can smell what's going on right here, right now, oh my goodness. All right, so my cauliflower, that's all you want. You just want to saute it for a couple of minutes. Infuse that flavor. I'm going to top that. If I were baking it, I would put it into my baking dish now and then top it with my cheese sauce, all right? So let's see if I can show you this right now, okay? Woo! Oh man. Oh man, oh man. What you saying once again? That right there. Mr. Loverman, Shabba. All right, so now we got our fried chicken. We got our wire rack, right? Because we want our chicken to cool properly on both sides. I'm gonna heat my mac and cheese right here in the pan, stovetop, because I'm about to get busy. Woo! Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at that, baby. Look at that. Just like that, all right? Fire off. Mac and cheese is getting... Ooh, look at this right here. Look at that fried chicken. Yeah, now come over here. Let's look at this. Let's see what's happening with this mac and cheese now. What's happening with this mac and cheese now? What's happening with this mac and cheese? All right. So I'm finishing mine in the stove because I'm about to do some live eating. All right, after this live cooking. Okay, but there you have it. All right. Let me flip this over so you guys can see what we have going on here. You don't need to see my face right now, right? So look, there we have it. Our KFC. Our keto fried chicken. All right. I brined the chicken in some coconut milk, some buttermilk, and some spices, some ginger, some fresh ginger, some fresh garlic, some jalapeno, and some salt and sugar. And then we dredge that in our whey isolate protein. Use some garlic powder, some onion powder, some cayenne, some paprika in there. We dredge that up, some salt and pepper, and we fry that chicken up in our avocado oil. All right. You can see it's perfect for frying. Goes up to 500 degrees smoke point. All right, let's flip this camera around because we're about to get busy. We're about to get busy. So I gotta let that chicken cool down for a second. All right, I gotta let that chicken cool down for a second. Oh man. Oh man, look at this. Look at this. You see this right here? Like I said, at home, you're gonna want to put that into a baking pan and top it with more shredded cheddar cheese. Put it in the oven 400 degrees, 10-15 minutes to get that cheese nice and melted. Or even better, put it under the broiler for 5-10 minutes and really watch it. And get some nice char on top of that. Let me find a plate. I've got sunshine. Woo! Man, I'm telling you. Of course, you see me eating cheese all episode, so you know we'll put more cheese on that. All right? And we'll just pretend. We'll just pretend, you know, between us, we're friends, that this has gone into the oven and it's gotten nice and melted and toasty and oozy. And now, let me get a piece of this chicken over here. Ooh, get a piece of this chicken over here. You seeing this? This KFC, this keto fried chicken. Are you seeing this madness? You seeing this? It's still a little bit too hot to taste. It's still a little bit too hot to taste. But we're gonna taste it. Ow! Got it in my eye. All right? So, that's our Keto Cooking Live this week. KFC, keto fried chicken. The recipe's in the description. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm about to taste this. It's not over yet. We got a really, really, really exciting announcement coming up this week. Man, I really, really excited. So please stay tuned for that. We have a lot of content coming out this week in particular and some just really exciting announcements. So I'm about to get into this chicken. And I told you this chicken was going to be super crispy. Right? I told you it's going to be super crispy. You didn't need any flour, any breading. All right? No egg. Just the brine and the whey protein. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Listen. Oh my God, that's good. You see how juicy? You see how juicy? Can you see how juicy this chicken is? This is the type of chicken. This is the type of chicken that can get 100 girls in the beach. 100 girls in the beach. This is the type of chicken. Oh my goodness! Listen to this. This keto fried chicken. Woo! Woo! I told you I do keto because it's easy. So, all right. Let's see what this mac and cheese. Let's see what this mac and cheese is hitting for. Man, I shouldn't be alone on a night like this. Wow, that's good. So, like I said earlier, it's not like having pasta, but in its own way, it's actually much better because you know that al dente pasta bite that people go for. You have it here in a super amazing way. The cauliflower still has some body, but it has a lot of flavor. And that cheese sauce, just infusing those spices, starting off with your butter and your heavy cream cold, and heating that up, it extracts all the flavor from those spices. This cheese sauce is mind blowing. So thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of Keto Cooking Live. Check in next week when we have something even more amazing coming for you. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it on your social media, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, with your friends. DM them, slide in their DM with some KFC and mac and cheese. They won't be mad at you. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe and click the bell so you can get more notifications when we put out new content. And stay tuned. We'll be back. See you next week. Peace!